everyone. This is Lisa Dewey from Clinician Connection, and I am here with Miss Mikah Miller on a lovely President's Day Monday. We're going to just talk about her, who she is and how she's coming to see us in the world. And welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Lisa.
Yeah. Where are you in the world?
Well, I am currently in Marietta, Georgia. So that is like right outside of Atlanta, Georgia. It's like the suburbs.
Yeah. And then what do you do? What do you do down in Marietta?
So I have a group practice that's actually in Canton, Georgia, which is the rural part of Georgia. So that's even more north. I have a group practice called With a Child's Heart Behavioral Health Center. We specialize in working with children and inner child work. We see everybody, adults, families, couples, we see everybody. But we're known for working with children primarily and teenagers.
That's fantastic. So that's going to segue into your topic for the conference, right?
Yes,
the inner child, which is something that I saw you speak on, and just the way you do it is so creative. So if you don't mind just telling us a little bit about it.
So it's interesting, people always used to ask, well, you should be a speaker. And I actually never thought about that I would be a speaker. But I think what was unique was I was able to do it my own way. And because I do work with kids, I was like, well, I'm still working with kids and adults and kids in adult bodies. So why not just do inner child work and these speaking opportunities? And so it just allows me to kind of turn everybody in the audience into children. And it makes me feel like I'm at home since I work primarily with children. So it just kind of works for me. That's why it's always like movies attached to it, or games or activities, because that's what I do when I do my work with kids.
Wow, that's fantastic. So it sounds like you have a lot of passion for that. Where does that come from?
I think it just comes from my own journey. I feel like, I've always been on this like evolving, being self-aware, but I think entrepreneurship in particular, people don't realize that your wounds really start to show when you expand in entrepreneurship, right? I think it's very effortless when you're a solopreneur to not have to really deal with many wounds, right? But when you are putting yourself in the limelight a bit and becoming a group practice owner or running a business, you have to start building relationships with people that you hire. And so then you have to start really, relationships help you grow because they're mirrors. And so you just start to see your own flaws, and you start to see your own weaknesses, and you start to get your own imposter syndrome. And it all really stems from a lot of inner child wounds, like fear of making mistakes, or perfectionism, or, people moving the goalposts, like not ever being satisfied with where you are in life, And so I just started really like delving into what was going on with me as I was growing my business. And as I did that, my business started to really flourish. So a lot of times we don't realize that our inner child wounds are really what's holding us back from like that next step. So that's kind of what I like to teach entrepreneurs is like, it's your wounds that's holding you back, right?
And they're probably like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean childhood wounds, right?
Well, I mean, like it's everywhere. Delegating, delegating, I think the hardest thing for people to do is to release parts of their business, right? And where does that come from? Does that come from fear of someone, trust issues, right? It's usually trust issues. Where do trust issues come from? And so you just start digging and digging and digging, and then you kind of find where those things come from.
Yeah, like what? I don't know. It's funny how it comes up, and it's funny if you don't listen to it, it will not go away.
Oh no.
Until you address it.
No.
So what can people expect? It sounds like they can expect some fun.
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like I always, even in my sessions, I never want kids to leave in tears, right? So the goal is, people say I take them up and then I take them down and I bring them back up again. So it's a little bit like that. I think that you don't come all the way to a conference in Virginia Beach to leave the same. So, my goal is always, to have some sort of transformation, not complete transformation, but just your awareness. That's the beginning of your transformation. So you can expect to really try to identify some wounds, hear some relatable content that'll kind of help you start to navigate where your wounds are.
Yeah, I love that. Not leaving the same. I think that's fantastic. So the Clinician Connection Conference is a little new. This is our first year. When I called you a couple of years, I think it was last year. What was like, the whole thing about, yes, I'm doing this. What was the whole Why did you say yes?
So you know what, I'm a bit of a hippie. I always tell people. So I delve into this thing called human design. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm a generator. So generators usually have to go by their how they feel about things. Like either it's a quick yes or it's a quick no.
Yeah.
And I don't do maybes. So when you asked me, all I had heard was like, like yes, it's a quick yes. So when I have those quick
Yeah.
yes,
What's a quick
usually
yes?
yeah, so usually when I have those, it always leads to some sort of blessing, opportunity, something, right? Whether
Yeah.
I leave feeling blessed or I'm able to meet one person. So I usually try to stay in that level of alignment because it's not steered me wrong yet.
That's fun. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that human design stuff.
Yeah.
So those are all the great questions. I'm so excited for you to speak. You
Thank
don't even
you.
know.
I'm
I'm
excited to be there.
fangirl. I am
I haven't been to
fangirling.
Virginia. Yeah, I'm
I'm
looking forward to getting back to Virginia. So that's gonna be
Yeah,
exciting.
it's a beautiful location. It's just really nice. And the hotel's just been they're fantastic. It's just been a blessing actually to do the whole conference has been a
Yeah,
blessing. So the fun stuff. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so if you were not a therapist or a business owner or anything that you do currently, what would you be doing?
I always wanted to be a singer or an actress. So
Okay, I
if
see
I
that.
look back to my earliest memory, it was Whitney Houston, and I remember she was singing for the troops overseas. I can't even remember where she was, and
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to do. I would probably be either a singer or an actress. I can't really sing, so it probably would be an actress.
to be an actress. Yeah, yeah. I think I can sing in the shower and in my car.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I
Pretty good,
think I
actually.
can sing, but I don't think I can sing to the levels that someone wants to buy my record.
Not Whitney Houston level.
Yeah. Oh no, no, no.
Nah. All right. And so what was like the last binge thing that you had, like podcast or
It
TV
was
show or something like that?
okay. So currently I'm watching Love is Blind, but I didn't finish that. So
Oh
my
my gosh.
last thing was
Yep.
Squid Games. Squid
Hmm.
Games on the competition. I don't watch a lot of TV. Like I really don't. I it's like it has to catch me. But Squid Games, it got me and I was hooked the whole
Yeah.
weekend.
Aren't they doing a Squid Games too? I think
They
it's
are. They are doing the Squid Games too. So I don't know if you saw the competition one, but that was, I mean, I was
I
hooked.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, my son and I, we just kind of sat and watched it like for the whole weekend.
Yeah. I was kind of I don't know how to take it in small bites. It was interesting though. I was kind of like, what's going on here? But it's
I guess
okay.
me naturally as a therapist, I kind of like the mental aspect of it,
Yeah.
how
Hmm.
people think and behaviors and how people
To
change.
process it.
Yeah, that's why I really like that aspect of it.
Yeah.
And the person I thought was going to win did not win. So that was also like a cliffhanger for me too.
Yeah. I always find reality shows very interesting from a therapeutic perspective, why people do what they do, the personalities. I geek out completely. And I have been watching Love is Blind now. And yeah, I'm quite interested in a lot of that.
Yeah, I'm screaming at the TV like, don't run.
Don't choose him. He's not good for you. I know.
Yeah, but it's
I don't know.
beautiful.
Is there anything else that we should know or we should be excited about to hear from you or anything?
No, I mean that's just it in terms of the conference. Like I just really love helping entrepreneurs flourish. I think a lot of times people don't realize how they hold themselves back
Yeah.
from expansion, and I just like to see that. I just like to find different ways to help business owners expand and therapists expand in their practice.
Yeah. We are looking forward to having you for sure.
Thank you, thank you. I'm looking forward to being there.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by.
Of course, of course. See y'all in Virginia.